Is the new menu better on the top?
Princess Bear here. Today we're at Disney's Coronado Springs Resort. Hence the hints on the wall because it's time return to
Dahlia Lounge.
Yes, the Dahlia Lounge has added some new magic for us and the number one choice of foodie infotainment. We're here to investigate these things so you don't have to. Remember, she's vegan. I'm not. I am going to take the elevator. I will not climb inside of the building.
It's time to foodie and chill. This is an exciting menu update here. The cutest little sandwich. I really feel like I'm at Pepe by Jose Andres. Like, this is so Spanish. I'm here for it. I love it. Let me just open it up and show you all these beautiful innards. We have lots of mushrooms and pickled veggies. I'm excited and not excited, but try everything, right? I think what really makes this sandwich is like the plant-based mayo mustard situation. The sauce that they have going on this sandwich is fire. The mushrooms are pickled and flavored, but they still have a little bit of that like mushroomy texture. So if you're not into mushrooms, I would say don't get this. I'm gonna eat it, but I'm gonna have to like think past the texture of the mushrooms. I'm gonna put some chips into it just to make it a little bit better. I love the flavors of everything though. I love having like a multitude of pickled veggies in there in my sandwich with a beautiful sauce. And then the toast on the bread is amazing. So I really have no complaints about this. And I truly feel like this is the first real dish we've ever had at Dahlia. It's not dessert artichoke. It's not just chips and dips. It is a real sando, and I'm here for it. I give it a 4.75 out of 5 sandwiches. It's amazing.
So Dahlia coming out swinging with these brand new item, the bocadillo. It looks wonderfully colorful. I think I got maybe hung up on the description because I also was not expecting this. So it's described as a mushroom steak, marinated in beet, which is like the antithesis of everything the princess stands for food-wise. But this is a fully plant-based sandwich with no alt meat. Grain mustard, and then a plant-based mayo, and then pickled veggies. Little grill marks on the bread, look at that. This definitely feels like something you would pick up in like a Spanish grab-and-go cafe. I can see what they were going for there, and I love it. Beet juice is one of those things that you use also to as an ingredient in some of the other like plant alt meats, like different sort of like meat alternatives, to give it more of like a savory, earthy taste. And the mushrooms pick up that beet juice, and it definitely gives it a like more meatier flavor. And then the texture of the mushrooms, which should give you like a almost like a shaved skirt steak kind of deal. Further sold by both the grain mustard, plant-based mayo, and the pickled veggies. It feels like a plant-based sandwich. If you blindfolded me and fed me that, I honestly, other than maybe a very, very slight texture difference from how thin it is, would probably think that was meat. But it's tasty, it's wonderful. You're not getting an overwhelming flavor of either the mushrooms or the beet juice. They pair well to go use something that just tastes like a Spanish sandwich. It feels like something Salvador Dali would have eaten. I would give that a 5 out of 5 claws. That is one of the most delicious non-alt meat sandwiches you've ever had on Walt Disney World property.
This is something I always do with my sandwiches, and we have these beautiful hands here on this plate to remind us to put our hands on this food. So what do? I take this beautiful sandwich and I get these gorgeous chips, and I'm just going to throw them on here like this, and then you poke, smash it all together. And this is the best way to eat a sandwich.
Here we have the Harmon croquettes. These are apparently not new, but I have not had these the last couple times that we've come here, and it has been a little bit since we've done an actual review here. Usually it's a place that we stop at either like after Maya when we're feeling like fancy, want to hang out with friends, or we just have friends come in town. We usually bring them to Coronado Resort because this is the one place where you could walk, eat, relax, It's one of those resorts. To me, Coronado has always been one of the resorts that felt the most resortish to me. Multiple pools, plenty of walking space. It's a very good place to have an after-meal siesta, if you will. So back to what you're really here for, these croquettes. So they're Parmesan croquettes, so ham. You have ham croquettes with a slice of ham on top, and then a carrot romesco on the bottom. It's a huge piece of shaved ham on top. But I want to know how it looks on the inside, because I'm assuming it's just more ham. But cross-section will tell me everything I need to know. So it looks to be a mixture of filling. I see ham in there. And then like a creamy filling in the croquettes. Interesting. Ham balls. Ham it up. That is deliciously cheesy, and not as cheesy as Goofy, but cheesy enough. It's literally, if you were to break it down to its brass tacks, it's a fried ham and cheese ball. It's about 80% cheese on the inside, with little pieces of ham in there. And you get extra ham on top, but it's definitely like a cheese ball with ham. It reminds me of the cheese balls that we had in Jollywood Nights this year. They were advertised as cheese balls, but then had bacon in the middle. This is like the opposite, where I expected ham and got cheese in the middle with ham. A very tasty carrot romesco sauce is a nice like sauce to surround it with, but doesn't overpower the croquette. The breading on it is fantastic, but I did need to take a copious amount of magic pills in order to eat that bite. It is delicious. It's very small plates, but I don't know how well it does as tapas. Things here are going to be served here in threes. So you get 3 croquettes. And what is the optimum friend group size? Is it 3? Is it a trio or is it a quad? Never quite sure. But splitting this 4 ways obviously would be an issue. Either way, I think the flavor is amazing. 4.25 out of 5 plus. Here we have the Dahlia slider. Also something on the menu that is not new, but I have never had these before. You have chorizo spiced beef with some manchego cheese, and then you have some serrano ham with a pepper relish on top on a grilled poppy seed bun, and grilled it is. Nice toasted grill marks. There you have that serrano ham, the aioli inside, the pepper relish, and a little tiny bit of romesco cheese. I was worried it was going to be like a creamy romesco. It is literally just that tiny piece of cheese in there. Or cheesy manchego, I mean, not romesco. That is wonderfully delicious. I don't often order burgers because burgers is not my first choice in food. Like, I don't hate burgers, but like, it needs to be like a burger, like something like gourmet, not just like a McDonald's burger, because like a greasy meat slab to me will make me ill. This is actually like a seasoned piece of meat, like a steak chunk with seasonings in it. Delicious patty. That pepper relish with that like hint of the sour of the manchego is a delicious flavor. This bun is amazing. That's near a perfect slider, like a slip and slide of meat, if you will. It's perfect size, actual slider size, and not like a huge burger. And if you wanted to get them gluten-free, you can. It would just be an entire burger and not slider size. But either way, a win is a win. That's a 4.75 out of 5 thoughts. That is a tasty, worthy bite.
The Tequila Daisy. Now, this is a drink that our cast member recommended when we were driving down here for our first stay here at the Grand Destino Tower opening weekend. We have a whole playlist of that. You should check that out. This drink has changed in glass only. I'm sure the flavor is still the same. It's been a while since I've had one of these. Yeah, still a very tart, like grapefruit situation. Not mad at it. I'm enjoying it. It's not as tart as you would expect just having a regular grapefruit drink. It's just nice and light, a little bit of sweetness into it. I would give it a 4 out of 5 grapefruits.
The wonderful Tequila Daisy. It's a tequila-based drink with Don Julio flavors of hibiscus, soda water, lime. It's something that fits the theme of the Coronado Resort. We come here probably more than we should, a lot more than it's appeared on YouTube, just because this is one of the most relaxing resorts on property and a foodie and beverage paradise. Not only do they know their Spanish food here, they're also very good with gin, tequila, and sangria, all things that resonate with us. Dahlia Lounge has this wonderful view of parts of the Walt Disney World Resort. They open at 5. And while seating is never hard to get here, if you want to seat outside, we recommend getting here early. We got here literally at open. That grapefruit soda, or grapefruit with the soda, and the tequila with the hibiscus gives a very light, cooler drink, but be careful. This is a lot stronger drink than what it appears. I give this a 4.25 out of 5 claws. It will have you feeling like a daisy. Even though gin was never really my first choice in an alcoholic base for a cocktail, the way that they do gin in this resort, I have to at least get one while I'm here. And while not the grandest of them, the Grand Gin Tonic. This is Ford's gin with some saffron, orange tonic, and then soda water with this nice sprig of rosemary that they light on fire for little aromatics with your beverage. I would normally complain about this level of Christmas tree in my drink, but when it looks this pretty, even I can't complain. If all gin drinks tasted this wonderful, I would have grand medical bills. Let's put it that way. It is a tasty sipping beverage served to you in a goblet. It feels fit for a man of class. So somebody, not myself. I'll give it 4.5 out of 5 claws. Here we have the cookie flight. If we're going to do a flight, other than say a nice whiskey or tequila flight or a sangria flight or a gin flight, okay, we love flights. And not just the planes either. Why not cookies? That makes a lot of sense to me. First up on here we have the traditional peanut cookie. Nice crumbly peanut cookie. Feels rather significant, thick, dense. Let's see how she tastes though, because that is what matters. So it's definitely a peanut cookie, not a peanut butter cookie. So you're not getting that like buttery taste from like peanut butter, but I actually do like how the peanut incorporates into the cookie itself, because it's not like hunks of nut. It's just a crumbly cookie that tastes like peanuts. Now there are like really, really tiny slivers of peanut, but nothing hard that's gonna like crunch you or surprise you in the tooth somewhere. And even though like it's really hard on the outside, inside it's soft. The second I hit my tongue, it fell apart like sand on the beach, and I love that. It's got a really nice flavor to it, and for the stir of the cookie flight, you're off to the races. I would give that 3.75 out of 5 claws. So here we have a sandwich cookie with dulce de leche filling inside. I don't know if I'm able to unscrew this. Oh, no, not really. But you have the dulce de leche here in the middle, a little chocolate, a little gold flake on top. Because you're at a fancy resort, why shouldn't your cookies be fancy with gold? That is a thick with maybe 4 C's cookie. I know it doesn't really seem like there's a ton of filling, but the flavor of dulce de leche goes a long, long way. And the consistency of that cookie is almost macaroon construction. So like very, very delicate, but like holds its form the second you bite into it. It's like air in your mouth. But it's like sugar cookie, dulce de leche, and then sugar cookie. Wonderful. Little gold flake and the chocolate on top have like literally no flavor to add to it. But what they add in elevation of treat is present in my mouth. I would give that one a solid 4 out of 5 claws. Here we have the Mentecados cookie. The last cookie was basically a sugar cookie with a little bit of like almond hair on top. It feels like a sugar cookie, nice and hard. The sugar cookie consistency, it just looks like a mini version. like a sugar cookie flying saucer of sorts. Suddenly, after living an entire life of only getting sugar cookies from either mall kiosks or grocery store bakeries, I feel like I've been lied to. Because that feels like what a sugar cookie should have tasted like this entire time. Which is literally like a cookie with sugar, and not sugar that happens to be in a cookie form. And somehow that's so much better. Have I been lied to? Have the grocery stores been lying to me? Have the malls been lying to me? They would never do that. Would they? They probably would. Either way, that's the best of the bunch. If you gave me a choice of cookies, I would take 3 of those. 4.5 out of 5 claws. I'm giving the entire flight a solid 4. I think you were looking for like some desserts. Even if desserts to share amongst 2 people, this is the way to go. I feel Dahlia now.
I actually thought we were going to go to either Maya or Three Bridges after this delicious meal, because I didn't think that what I was going to have was going to be enough, but I'm actually pretty full and satisfied.
Yeah, it was definitely significant. I feel like the new menu, the new items that have been added, have definitely added a much needed girth to the menu at Dahlia Lounge. Combined with the view, you now have more than just your eyes to feast on. Before, it felt like they were just giving you afterthought snacks. This feels a lot more designed.
Yes, I agree.
Per se. It feels a lot more Dahlia. And honestly, an improvement is an improvement. So
my only complaint is, with the offerings that delicious, they should be open for lunch.
You want everything to be open for lunch.
I want that sandwich for lunch. I don't understand why that's so difficult.
Fair enough. I don't know what you guys think. Do you ever come to Dahlia and is the time that it opens an issue for you? Let us know always in the comments below. Now, if there's anything else you'd like to see us do, that will always be the place to find us. Hit that notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
We'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, well, Bear won't know that you watched this video, and then he will yeet himself into sadness.
You heard the girl.